Hernando Leopards get ready to take on the Crystal River Pirates. Pirates 0-5, and Hernando is 3-0 right at this point. Hernando won last week, which was 37-21. They've actually outscored their opponents, guys, 128-26.
Yeah.
That's a big difference on scoring availability.
Well, a lot of it was week one against 5A, who's
62 points.
They're a struggling team. But we talked about this morning. Yeah, those offensive numbers are impressive. They look good last week, but I think more impressively has been the defense.
Yeah.
We saw it last week. They shut down a pretty potent Citrus attack. I mean, Citrus is going to run the football, and they offense that can give you trouble. But Hernando, I thought, did a really good job.
And keep in mind, they're always fresh, Brett.
Yeah, that's the key with them. I mean,
they
don't know what's going to
players.
happen tonight because Coach Benitez said this might be a little different look, so we'll see.
Okay, another quick break and come back for the opening kickoff right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Hernando won the flip and deferred in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
Summer is ending. School has started, and the summer sales event is still going on at Nick Nicholas Ford. 0% financing for up to 70 months with $1,000 trade assistance. Huge rebates, up to $8,000 with additional Nick Nicholas savings. Visit online at nicknicholasford.com or come in and explore the great leasing options, lower payments, and less risk. And as always, this is Ford Country. Nick Nicholas Ford, Highway 44, Inverness.
Episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Holy, what have you done in my kitchen?
Oh, honey, how is it? I never know when she's coming home.
What are all these pipes laying around? Why is my dishwasher in the living room, and why is the carpet all wet?
Well, remember that fancy new kitchen remodel you've always wanted?
Oh, I do, and this is not it.
But I thought I might save some money by doing it myself.
You thought wrong. I promise this is going to cost you way more. You should have called in the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing, because I'm pretty sure when I flush the toilet, water is not supposed to come out of the sink.
Noticed that, did you?
The next thing I'm going to notice is you calling Mike Scott Plumbing like you should have done in the first place.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
Yes, 866-314-4443.
That played out so differently in my head.
on next week's episode of What Not to Do.
No, not monkeys.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. Try Dan's homemade soups made from scratch. Chicken noodle, ham and bean, and sirloin vegetable. Homemade spaghetti from scratch with meat sauce, garlic bread, a house or Caesar salad, $7.99. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
Your official station for NASCAR racing news, CBS Sports, high school sports, Rays baseball, Gator football, Gator basketball, and more. This is WYKE English 104.3 FM.
All right, welcome back to CBS Sports 104.3. They've already had the kickoff and a run back by Tyreek Scriven all the way up to the 45-yard line. It was first and 10, and then a small run there, a gain of 2 yards as the Crystal River Pirates go second and long here from just outside the 47-yard line. They're going right to left on your radio dial. Pirates in white pants, blue helmets, and blue jerseys. And the Leopards in purple pants with white and purple helmets. There was a handoff to the left side, cuts back inside. Pullback is getting got down, bring all the way past the 50-yard line, being at the 47. It'll be third and short for Crystal River.
See some misdirection early on from Crystal River, trying to get that line kind of moving side to side. I think they saw a little bit Crystal River from last week against Citrus. Hernando was pretty staunch up the middle, and they're trying to kind of spread them out a little bit. A couple of big plays last week from Citrus. Rudy Holton out wide and in space, so I think maybe that's what Crystal River's trying to do early on. Maybe get the big defensive front from Hernando moving a little east and west.
And Jaden Williams had a good run on that. He picked up 6. 3rd and 2.
Wardlow in his shotgun with a single setback to his left, 2 wide receivers, direct snap. Going to be Scriven, who goes up the middle. It's hit. Looks like he got the first down, though, but he was hit right away. And it will be a first down, be first and 10 for Crystal River.
Yeah, good call right there. Just the direct snap to Scriven, one of your playmakers, and hope he's got enough momentum. There's a hole there, closed quickly, but it was enough to get through for the first down. And with that, Crystal River has got the ball now down to the 44-yard line of Hernando.
inside Leopard territory. First time. It's just getting started here. 10:06 left in this first quarter. High formation, shotgun formation, motion across the face, and it's going to be a flag. It's going to be Hernando jumping offsides or encroachment on it. So nice little bark out there by Logan Wardlow to get him jump offside. They're going to say there's...
They called offsides, yeah.
Yeah, they did. Okay, he was facing the other way. So they're going to walk it off. And it'll be, call it second, first and 5 for Chris River. Just inside the 40-yard line of the Hernando Leopards.
Well, we've seen it the years with Logan Wardlow at quarterback, Mike. I mean, if they can get that run game going, the ability for him to throw a few balls is increased a lot. When they can't run the football and you know he's got to pass, it becomes very difficult for this offense to keep moving.
Pistol cross, hand up to Scriven on the left-hand side, goes off tackle, and a good gain on it. Gain of about 4. It's going to be second and short, just outside the 35-yard line, call it on the 36.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brett. If they can keep Scrivens going and he doesn't get exhausted on them.
Yeah, they're going to have to run the football. Dalton Peters making the tackle there for Hernando. As we said, it's a big defensive front for Hernando. They got some big boys up there. You got some seniors too. Cole Pagels, number 51, goes 6'1", 110. They've also got number 73, Quentin Coney, 6'2", 190. He looks bigger than that. And they've got some linebackers that can move side to side as well. This is a deep Hernando football team.
Motion across, it's a correct snap to Scriven. He's going to fake the handoff across the face and then run it. And he does get the first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. It's on the 33-yard line. Good movement by Chris River.
They're moving the ball good. They're moving the ball good, Mike.
Offensive line is getting a little bit of a push, and they're getting 2-3 yards at a clip, and you don't need to throw the football when you're doing that.
Well, they haven't. Nope, they're doing a good job.
Yep, so far all runs for the Chris River Pirates. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line inside of Leopard territory. 8:30 and counting in the first quarter here. Just getting started. No score here from Earl Branham Stadium. With a pistol formation, Wardlow, Scriven behind, motion across the face, handoff, and it's going to go to the top back. He's going to drop the ball, and it goes right back to him. No, it's on the ground, and they're saying he was down by contact. That's number 20. That's Jaden Williams, who dropped the ball, but it looked like he recovered it or is dropped down by contact, and it'll be and call it long. Maybe he lost a yard.
Fisher kind of blew it early because it looked like he'd fallen on it.
I thought
he didn't.
So.
It was loose, but he did finally get hold of it before the Hernando defender was able to grab it. That's a good break for Crystal River right there because that easily could have been picked up by Hernando.
These are the kind of mistakes Crystal River's got to eliminate, or else they're going to have a little tough time here. They're going to go again. Pistol formation, Scriven behind Wardlow. Twin receivers to the left. Motion across the face, fake. Going to be a bubble screen. It's tipped. That's looking for number 25 on Lecanto. That's Josh Manana, the son of the coach, and knocks it down for no gain and incomplete.
And this isn't what they want, Brett.
No,
they do not want 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is a difficult spot to be in for them.
So 3rd and long is still going to be 3rd and, say, 11 as Wardlow comes over the sideline. The ball is placed on the near side hash mark as it go left to right on your radio. And there's some miscommunication here. They're waiting on it to...
They're going to call timeout. Tony Lewis calls it.
Yep. So a timeout called here as there's no score. 7:37 left in the first quarter here at Earl Branham Stadium. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Missassa under the giant American flag.
Looking for a real truck? Then get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln and test drive the best-selling pickup truck in America 40 straight years. The Ford F-150 and the Super Duty F-250s and F-350s are the best trucks in the USA. Get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln if you're looking for a real truck. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19 North, Crystal River, home of the best-selling trucks in America.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football here on CBS Sports 104.3. 7:26 left in the first quarter, and Crystal River gets on the board first on a 32-yard Logan Wardlow keeper off the right side. 7-0 here from Earl Brandman Stadium. Taylor Martin getting ready for the kickoff as they kicks it high, scribble it low, picked up at the 32 from Hernando, and off to the left side as he gets all the way up to about the 45-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Hernando. First offensive series for the Leopards.
That was Jacob Batten with the return, and a good job picking up that squib, punt, kick, and well, that gives up field position real quick as Hernando's got it at their own 44 to start their first drive of the game. And as we saw last week, they've got some playmakers out wide. We know that they have a commitment to run the football, and Coach Fernandez has been doing that really for the better part of 2 decades. But he's got a quarterback in Tefelsky who can hit the open receivers, and they've shown the ability to get open.
Severe formation, a quick toss to the right side, and that's going to be Fields, who goes and cut to the 50, makes one miss, cuts back inside, and then finally tripped up by Scriven at the Crystal River Pirate 34-yard line as he got all the way inside Crystal River territory on a good first down run.
Fields is their speed guy. He's also got some power, too, as we've been able to see it the last couple weeks, too. Big play by Hernandez.
And we didn't see that last week a whole lot.
And you got Izzy Fields, the fullback, who's 5'9", 185. He's in there behind the quarterback, Tefelsky. Now, they've got some guys that can run the football. Coach Fernandez said he feels like they've got 6 or 7 guys they can put in and run the football. That's how confident they are and how deep they are at running back.
Tefelsky under center. Quick toss again. This is number 8. He's going to go far sideline. He's got the move, but tripped up again by Tyrese Scriven. That's Eugenio Booker, 5'11", 185 senior. Good run there, first down, and ready to go for the Leopards.
Yeah, it's like that little jet sweep, and Gino Booker made a couple of catches last week. He's another one. Speed guy for Hernando. They just keep putting him in there and getting him the ball. It's pretty good stuff.
You got 3 players in the backfield, number 8, number 6, and number 26, all can take it outside. Booker and the 2 Fields.
2nd and 2.
There's an inside handoff. No, it's going to be keeper by Tefelsky. He's going to go to the right side, and he's going to be all the way down close to the 15-yard line and be down at that point. So it's inside the red zone at the 16-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Hernando Leopards. No huddle here. Now we're going to have a timeout called.
For water.
It's a water break.
Water
We're
break.
going to take a quick water break. You're listening to Friday Night Football here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Our model year-end sale is finally here at Love Chevrolet. Hurry in for our biggest savings on our selection.
Save thousands on every new Chevrolet in stock. Now's the time to buy. Hurry in or go to lovechevysales.com and choose from our best selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Not only will you get top dollar for your trade, buy any new Chevy at Love Chevrolet with 0 down or get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular models. Drive 2017 Chevy Cruze, just $179 a month. A 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $199 a month. Looking for a new truck? Save up to $10,000 on a new Chevy Silverado double cab today. Get model year end pricing on our best selection at Love Chevrolet or lovechevysales.com.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Chevrolet. On Highway 44 in Inverness, come in and see what Love could do for you.
24 months, 10,000 miles per year off. Do it, signing plus tax, title, license, and fees.
All right, welcome back as they got out quick and got a quick snap, Hernando Leopards did, and as they score with number 6, as Isaac Fields off the left side, a good 16-yard run, touchdown, and they're right back on the board. 4 plays.
4 plays, 56 yards, and they show what they can do in running the football. They were just absolutely running it at will against that Crystal River defense, and that's a very, very good.
Yeah.
Partially due to the short kick. I wonder if you're going to see that again from Crystal River.
Yeah, there you go. Luke D'Ambroso puts a Ball through the uprights for the extra point, and we're tied here at 7 with 5:49 left in the first quarter.
That was a good drive Hernando put together there, Mike. I mean, it was short, quick,
speed on the outside.
A lot of speed. Didn't have last week at Citrus, so they went back. They referred to the quarterback throwing it, and 3 quick scores at Citrus through the air gave them a 21-7 lead at halftime. So
he was 11 for 18 last week for 160 yards.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He was
I mean,
really
it was an aerial show last week, and this week it's a speed show.
It's a good balance for Coach Bill Veneta. He's got him hitting on all cylinders.
Well, he's got the big boys up front. I think that was as much as the running backs did a good job that drive. I think you look at the offensive line.
Just
and
opened up holes.
They were blowing them off the line. There was one run up the middle, and then really to the outside. You've seen him seal the outside. Chris River had a hard time getting to the outside to slow him down.
And here again now, Mike, you're going to see Hernando take the field on defense with none of them players playing on the offensive line. So it's going to make a big difference.
Big pooch kick by Hernando is going to be caught at the 30-yard line. Fair catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 right there. 1st and 10 for Chris River. Now 5:48 left in this first quarter, and this is the second possession for Chris River's offense.
And we'll see what they got. I mean, their first possession, they scored, so maybe they can come back and score this time again.
Might need to be a ball control offense here to keep the clock and keep the ball away from
And once again, the key last time was Scrivens. He got the yardage needed when they needed it.
I think when you see Hernando score as quickly as they did and able to move the football, you're thinking, man, we've got to put together slow, methodical drives. Because
chew up the clock.
Hernando has shown the ability, even with running the football, there's big chunks of yards.
Second possession for Chris River at their own 30-yard line. Wardlow in the position formation with motion across his face. Direct snap. That's going to be Scriven. He's going to take it to the near sideline. He's going to cut inside, and it's flipped up, upside down right there by number 5. That is Shamar Lawson, who knocks his legs underneath him and puts him down. He gets all the way down to the, let's say, the 34-yard line. It'd be 2nd and call it 6.
It's a good tackle, but again, I mean, Crystal River, we've seen it 3-4 yards on first down. They'll take that all night long. That's what they need.
Oh, yes, they will.
Because they're not going to be able to convert a lot of those 3rd and 10s like they did for the last touchdown.
I like how Coach Tony Lewis is mixing up the direct snaps now instead of going to Wogan Wardlow, going right to Tyreek Scriven. Get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. Again, we've got Wardlow. A direct snap to Scriven again. It's going to be Wildcat. He's going to take to the right side. He's hit once, twice. Puts his head down and goes all the way out, almost to the 50-yard line. He'll be at the 49. Be 1st and 10 for Chris River.
Yeah, Coach said earlier, and I kind of agree with it. I mean, it's obvious that, there's a lot of athletic ability with Tyreek Scriven, but what else is out there on this offense? And if he gets worn out, because he usually does play both ways, that's the thing.
He does,
When he's fresh and can run at full speed, he opens up their offense, and you've seen it. But now he is on the bench sitting down, taking a break, and we'll see what it does because you've got some guys that haven't had a ton of experience right now for Crystal River on offense, trying to make plays for him.
It's like Harrison Carter is in there behind Wardlow now as we got 2 receivers to the near sideline. Inside handoff, and he is hit right before he even gets the ball almost. And he powers his way, though, for 1 yard. It was a good play.
And he was actually stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And then he got a couple yards off of it. And they'll obviously call it 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That'll be the interesting part. Again, Scriven on the bench, taking a breather. So one thing, Krister, you just look at the sidelines. It's a numbers battle right now. I mean, Hernando's one of the few teams, maybe other than Nature Coast, that has got enough guys that you can play each player on one side of the football and not have to go both ways. And that's a luxury to have, especially when you've got kids that are talented.
And as the game winds on, Brett, it's going to take its toll, I'm afraid.
He faked into it's going to be taken by Carter. He's going to cut it inside. He cut outside, and he's going to go to the inside. He's almost out of bounds, almost had it all the way, but he tripped up. Right down inside the 30-yard line. Great run by number 22, Harrison Carter.
It was Jaden Williams, I think, who got
Jaden Williams, I'm sorry.
on the outside. That's a couple of nice runs for Williams as he's gone outside and showed his speed a little bit to 5'10", 165 junior. He's splashed a couple times last year. We've seen some plays from him. And again, you're talking about a little misdirection that Tony Lewis is throwing maybe some different looks that Hernando hasn't seen.
And they're doing a good job eating up the clock, too. We're down to 3:36 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this drive started at their own 30-yard line, and they've got it inside the Hernando 30 right now.
We got Scriven back out there behind Wardlow again in the pistol formation. The far sideline. Ball's on the near side hash mark going right to left. Gonna be Wardlow, and it'll option play, and he gets hit really hard, but he gets the ball off, and Scriven gets a couple yards out of it as Hernando mopped that out pretty well.
I'll tell you what, when you see your quarterback get hit like that on the option play, it usually means you ran it to perfection. I mean, because that's what you want. I mean, you want up that linebacker lineman coming up and hitting you right as you get rid of the ball. That usually means it's executed nicely. If you toss the ball on that and no one is about to hit you, usually the defense is in a good position to stop it. So even though Wardlow took a hit, that's exactly how the play wanted. You see now back on the sidelines, number 8 for Christopher Tyreek Scriven. I think he's nursing the ankle a little bit. He got hit pretty hard on that one.
Shamar Lawson on the tackle for the Leopards cornerback. As we go again with Jaden Williams to the left. It's a direct snap to Jaden. He's going to go fake right, then he goes left, and he moves inside, cuts back. He gets taken down right there for a couple yards, bring up 3rd and long.
Now, we haven't seen Chris Rivers since week number 1, Mike, but
they've vastly improved.
This kind of makes you wonder how this team isn't scoring 30 points a game with the way they're moving the football now. It's been pretty impressive the first 2 drives.
Ball's on the 23-yard line, 3rd and call it 4. As they get ready here, 2:19 left in this first quarter. Ball game is all time 7.
And I think Chris River, Mike's doing exactly what they want to do, just eat up the clock, keep the ball. And Chris River probably figures if they have the ball, Hernando can't score.
Now we got Wardlow to his right, and it's going to be inside handoff to number 6, and he's hit right there as he goes in motion. And it was inside, and that was number 6, Dexter White. He's hit with the, it looks like it was maybe a loss, but he might have pushed himself forward to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Score update from just south of us in Hernando County. Citrus has put up the first touchdown of the game. Lead Weeki-Wachee 7-0 in the first quarter. No score between Lecanto and Brooksville Central. That's the district opener for Lecanto, of course. Brooksville Central lost that tough one last week to Weeki-Wachee after being up 13 points in the fourth quarter and losing by 1. That one, I think, was maybe the surprise of the week last week in the district.
You would almost have to say it was.
You know, Weeki-Wachee coming off a tough year last year, but to come from behind and do what they did after losing a really good quarterback like they had, a good win for the Hornets.
4 twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball is on a near side hash mark. Pistol formation was Scriven behind Wardlow. Looking for an option. He's going to take it himself, and he was going to pitch it, but he was covered well by Hernando as they run him out of bounds for no gain.
And did you see that when it was developing real slow, Mike? They were keying on Scrivens, but then they had the one linebacker just come up and take the quarterback out of the play for a 2-yard loss.
Now, the other thing, too, that's run to the short side
that's
of the field,
too.
I mean, that just closed the gap real
You don't
quickly.
have much movement on the short side.
Yeah, I won't know why we call that on a, you would call that on a short side on an option play, but
well, right-handed quarterback, easier for him to pitch that way, but you think you may hold off until it's on the other hash.
Totally agree.
2nd and 12.
So 9:57 left in this first half as now we have Scriven in the shotgun formation. Direct snap to Scriven. He's going to take it himself, goes to the nearest far sideline, cuts back inside twice, spins. Great move all the way down and got, I believe he got the first down on that.
Yeah, he did, Mike. He's got it first down. They've already signaled the chains. Tyreek Scriven, again, proven to be the best athletes on the field. We've seen that a lot from him. It's just, as we said, can he keep it going? We saw him come up with that big fumble recovery. He's back out on offense. I mean, he really totes the load for this team.
Ball's on the Leopard 26-yard line, ball, far side hash mark. Chris River going left to right. And if you're not outside and watching a football game tonight, you're missing some nice weather. The breeze, it's nice and warm, as it should be here on Friday Night Football in Florida. Scriven in the shotgun.
Okay with 75 degrees. It doesn't have
Direct
to be
snap
95.
to Scriven, who tries to go off right tackle, and he's just swarmed over as the defense of the Hernando Leopards. Number 13 was there. Number 11 was there. That's Dalton Peters and Bronson Talpaski.
No gain.
No gain.
You like 90 Octobers, Mike?
I love Florida weather.
Okay.
I'm in sweat. I can sweat every day. I like sweat.
I guess I'm a mamby-pamby because
although I sweat in the shower, so it wouldn't make a difference. So.
I've never been there with you.
Yeah, no. I'm not going there.
8:43 left in this first half as Chris River drives. This is their 3rd possession of the first half.
And again, this is coming off that Hernando turnover, so looked like Hernando was about to drive and take the lead. Now, Chris River put together now another good drive.
Wardlow in the pistol as he looks over as Tony Lewis calls in the play. twin receivers to the far sideline. And
Coach Lewis just called a timeout.
They're going to have to call a timeout when they get that close. That's two timeouts in the first half on play calling.
Yeah.
But at least this wasn't them coming over and getting the play, which drives you crazy.
But it does. When we saw the first game against Nutland, they were having the same kind of issues on this. And I'd rather have them run over here and get the play than having to call 2 timeouts.
And this is a vastly improved Crystal River team over,
it is.
over the Crystal River team.
Part of it is, too, they've had a few more weeks to work with Logan at quarterback now. I mean, because it's not what you want, but you haven't had much opportunity for DeAndre Parker this year. I mean, I think he played a little bit in game number 2 and then got re-injured, and that's really been about it for him. And, Logan's a kid who's played a lot, hasn't, been the starter a couple of years, but he's the guy who's played a lot due to injury. We've seen him be successful at times, and he's successful in this kind of situation. When you're running the football and he can make some shorter throws. We saw that on that pass down here for a first down. If you give him an opportunity, when you can run the ball a little bit and take all the pressure off, he can make some throws. And here's the problem, though. Number 8, Tyreek Scriven, kind of bent over trying to keep him ready.
Wardlow with motion across the face, handoff, pitch outside. That's going to be Jaden Williams. He's going to get, and he's taken down right there at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 10.
Well, they tried to run that to the other side this time, but you can see
the pitch
that
wasn't
toss
good.
wasn't.
It was just too slow to develop.
Yep.
Once again, Crystal River doesn't have the jackrabbits that Hernando's got, so when they do the pitch,
well, I think
it kind of comes slowly.
I think they got Scriven, they got Jaden Williams, who's pretty quick on himself. I just think that, in that respect, you're not running an option. I think it should be a quick toss on that point. Let him get to the edge.
And let him get to the corner.
Get to the edge and go.
A slow toss was the part of the issue.
And Scriven's come back in, so we'll see if he touches the ball in this 3rd and 10.
And they're probably, it could be 2-down territory here. You might go for it on 4th, depending on what you get here, because you're kind of in between yardage.
Scriven's in the Wildcat, motion across his face. He's going to just follow behind the blocker. He's going to get one. Got to push him from behind. Ball's out. They're going to pick up. There's no whistle.
Signal him down, and that could
50,
go the other way.
40, down to the 30, and Dexter White, number 6.
That's Jacob Butts, number 12, who picked it up. Boy, it sure looked like that knee
had
gone down when he was tackled. But we're not going to have a replay. It's not happening in high school football. So the officials were right there. It certainly was close, but they didn't blow it, and it was picked up by Butts, and he returns it. So after a Hernando turnover as they were driving, gave Crystal River life. Now Crystal River turns it over deep in their own territory. Now Hernando in business as they've got the ball right at the 10-yard line of Crystal River.
7:22 left in the first half. It'll be 1st and goal for Hernando.
And you would suspect right here, Mike, that they're going to run the ball. No more passing.
Yeah, I think there's nothing coming off the hands of Tufeski except for the handoff.
For the handoff.
So
or the keeper.
Yeah. Tufeski's going to go under center. Number 26 is going to be behind him. That's Izzy Fields. Motion behind Fields. Toss sweep. That's Booker as the flag comes in. But a nice play. That's number 20, Jaden Williams, I believe.
Could be a hold on Hernando.
Yeah, it was. He was beat cleanly, and he just reached out and still got boy. That'll upset a coach when you get beat cleanly by the defender and then you get a holding on top of it.
So walk off some yardage.
Knowing that defender probably just got through playing offense.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 22-yard line. 7:17 left in this first half. And right now it's tie ball game. So we've had 2 turnovers, one for each team.
And so far, neither team's capitalized on that turnover.
We'll see if this happens. That's going to change the fortune here as Scriven comes back in.
Probably changes our theory of no passes now, though.
So Tufeski under center, motion behind, inside handoff. That's a big
hole.
boy. He is running with his head down, pushes his
Oh,
legs,
man.
and he scores as he runs over 2 players from Crystal River.
That's number 26,
That was
Izzy
just
Fields.
brute power.
Yeah.
Fields 5'11", 185.
Yeah.
He just kind of pounded his way off the right tackle and knocked down people on his way to the end zone. So 2 plays, and we got.
That's a fullback dive right up the gut is
Right,
what that is.
yeah.
And, good hard running again. We've seen that from a couple running backs. The legs just keep churning. And that's a quick strike after a turnover, and Hernando now in front 13-7, awaiting the extra point.
Ambrosio, who's already kicked one, snap, put down, kick is up. Kick is good. So 6:49 left in the first half. Hernando Leopard take the first lead of the game, 14-7 here as we get ready for the kickoff. So it
now they capitalized on the turnover.
They did.
Well, they sure did.
Didn't take long either.
No, just 2 plays, and we've seen it all night, Mikey. 1st and 10, they get 8, 9 yards on the rush, or 12, 14. Even though the holding penalty moved them back 10, they just have so much power, so much speed, quickness, and the legs never quit churning. And I just think that as the game goes on, with the light roster that Crystal River has, it's going to take its toll on them
fatigue
sooner or
will
later.
eventually set in, and that's up front will take control of the game.
And we've seen Scrivens on the sidelines several times just trying to get a drink of water and catch his breath, and playing both ways. It's just got to take its toll on you after a while.
Citrus has just added another touchdown, and they're putting on Weeki-Wachi early, 21-0. That's a good sign for Nate Varnador and the Hurricanes to come back and go on the road and have that kind of start.
I'm kind of watching film on Citrus, and they got some big boys, and Varno's kicking a little pooch kick right now by Hagen. There's 2 players trying to catch it, and I don't know why they blew that dead.
Well, they saw one of the young men signal for a fair catch, but I don't think it was the one who actually caught it.
Yeah,
it was the one who had it stolen from him, which I haven't seen that very often.
No.
What is the ruling on that? When you
interception
have
of your own
one
player?
guy calling for the catch, the other guy does, and he ends up with the ball, I guess you got to let it go, but they didn't.
That they would have let that go. We should have tried that.
Everyone to start doing that.
Yes.
Just bring 2 guys up there.
That could be the trick play.
One of them got the hand up, the other one hides with the ball.
So 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Crystal River, I think there's their 4th possession of the first half.
I mean, they've moved the ball across midfield all 3 possessions.
They have.
The 3 possessions, David? Is this their 4th?
This is their 4th.
This is their 4th.
Yep. Okay. Wardlow going to be in the pistol formation.
You would think this is a big drive to, number 1, clock, but also if you can try to answer with a score.
Motion across the face of Wardlow, fake. He's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to go right side, cuts inside, and then gets all the way past the 40-yard line. Good run by Logan Wardlow, good keeper.
One thing we've seen, too, a little more tonight than we saw in week number 1 when Crystal River played Dunellen. Wardlow with a few more designed quarterback draws or runs, and what he does, he's running the ball pretty hard and pretty effectively.
He looks comfortable tonight.
He didn't look this comfortable against Dunellen, and like I said, this is probably a lot to do with the number of reps he's getting because he's really been the guy for 5 straight weeks.
Yeah.
That was Dalton Peters for Hernando on the tackle. We've got Scriven again behind Wardlow now as he comes in and alternating. Twin receivers to the near sideline, balls on the near side hash mark going left to right. 6 minutes left in this first. Motion across Wardlow's face. Inside, and he fakes it and tries to keep it himself. And he is bottled up real quick there by Hernando.
And he might have lost a yard
13.
on that, Mike.
That's Harrison Carter and number 13, Bronson Talfeski, to take it down. And we have a timeout. With the timeout,
we're going to have a water break.
We're going to have a water break here. 5:48 left. Scores 14-7. Hernando leads. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Summer is ending. School has started, and the summer sales event is still going on at Nick Nicholas Ford. 0% financing for up to 72 months with $1,000 trade. Huge rebates, up to $8,000 with additional Nick Nicholas savings. Visit online at nicknicholasford.com or come in and explore the great leasing options, lower payments, and less risk. And as always, this is Ford Country. Nick Nicholas Ford, Highway 44, Inverness.
Got a good ball game going here at Earl Brandon Stadium. 5:48 left here at the first half. 14-7 as Hernando leads. But Crystal River is driving and trying to keep hold of that ball.
And they got a 3rd and 5, Mike. Key play right here. We'll see if they put the ball in the hands of Scrivens. He's been the playmaker all night.
Scrivens he's right behind center, so it looks like it's a wildcat formation with Wardlow to his left. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Motion, and we've got a jump.
Yeah, Hernando.
I think Hernando jumped on the encroachment on that, so it's going to be an automatic first down. That's a Great
it's
way
going
to
to
get a
be,
first
or
down.
it's going to be close.
Should be
Yep,
first and 10
first
right
down.
there. So first and 10 is going to be just inside the 45-yard line of Chris River. So no clock went off. Now it's started. 5:23 left in this first half. Chris River wants to keep the ball and hopefully score at the last possible moment in the first half. Wardlow, Scriven in the backfield. Scriven in a Wildcat. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball on the near side, hash mark. Motion. That's going to be faked. And Scriven's going to take it. He's going to cut back. He cuts back inside and then twists and turns, gets all the way down and gains 10 yards. Great run by
Going to be a first down.
Scriven.
Direction again, Brett.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of planting that foot and going back the other way, and a little over pursuit maybe by the Hernando defense right there. And good job again by Scriven. He has really done a lot this first half for Crystal River.
That's a good case for Coach Tony Lewis looking at film. If they get over pursuit on that defense, he's going to call those misdirections every time. 4:40 left in this first half, and driving first and 10 inside the Leopards territory at their own 45. Crystal River is moving the ball. Scriven behind Wardlow in a pistol formation. Motion across, handoff. Jet sweep to the left side. He's looking for something. He's going to try to cut back inside. And a big boy, number 6, gets maybe 6-7 yards. That's Dexter White. Gets all the way down inside the 40-yard line. Make it a 38. Bring up third and short. Oh, it's second short, sorry.
That's a good patient run right there, too.
Yeah.
Well, they've got 2 number 6 listed there. Usually that's Xavier.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it's Francois or it says on mine.
They've got
Dexter
2,
White.
but Francois has been their main guy split out wide, so I'm wondering if that's, and I don't see the second number 6 on the sidelines.
The Wildcat formation now with Scriven. Motion. Across the face, going to follow his blockers to the right. That Scriven's going to keep her. He's going to stretch it out. They're stretching it back inside, puts his head down, and gets the first down. A good run, hard run by Tyrex Scriven. It gets just past the 35-yard line. First and 10 for Crystal River.
Again, first down, clock moving, 3.5 to go here in the second quarter, and
they're doing just what they want to do.
This is 4 solid drives for Crystal River. The last one obviously with the turnover, and then the other one was almost an interception, but that was a 4th down play. So they've moved the football so far in the first half against Hernando pretty effectively. They got to feel good about that.
Williams now comes in for Scriven. First and 10 at the 34-yard line of Hernando. Wildcat with Williams in the Wildcat. Wardlow to his left. Twin receivers to the near sideline. Motion across the face. Fake handoff, and Williams going to keep it himself. Twists and turns, spins, and gets a couple yards. The 31-yard line. Be second and long. 2:50 and counting as the clock winds down here in the first half. 14-7 is your score if you're just joining us here at Earl Bramlett Stadium. Hernando Leopards lead.
Chris Rivers done a great job this first half moving the ball. They had the one costly turnover that Hernando capitalized on, and they couldn't capitalize on the Hernando turnover, and that's really been the difference of the game.
It has. This is old school football right here.
This is
3 yards in a cloud of dust,
that's
or
it.
7 yards in a cloud of dust. Whichever way you want to go.
It's 3 for Chris Rivers, 7 for Hernando.
Both of them are happy with that.
We got the Wildcat formation again. Twin receivers to the far sideline. A bad snap, but Jaden Williams takes it, cuts to the left, goes and hits it right there. That's number 2, taking him down for Hernando. That's Lawrence Sansome. Senior, 6'1", 180 linebacker. He's got 40 tackles, 19 solo on the year. 2 minutes left here in this first half. And remember, Coach Tony Lewis has already used 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got 1 left.
Under 2 minutes to go. It's probably enough, though.
Just, if you got 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you really got to start picking it up a little bit more.
Yeah, you better get 6 or 7.
So we're going to go again, Wildcat formation. Wardlow to his left. That's going to be Francois. And then Jaden Williams going to keep it himself. He fakes it, he pulls it out, and he takes it himself. First down, more, as he tries to get out of bounds. I don't know if he made it out of bounds.
Yeah,
he did.
The clock stopped at 1:30.
That was a good job. He's just following his receiver, pulled it out from his belly and kept it as the defender came up to try and make the hit, goes outside, picks up the first down, and with 1.5 minutes to go, Crystal River in good shape with an opportunity to try and tie it before we go to the halftime break.
Ball's on the yard line in the red zone. Chris River. And Williams comes out. And with Williams coming out, that's going to be Tyreek Scriven going in. Going to be, again, the pistol formation as Scriven is behind Wardlow. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball's on the far side hash mark. And we got a timeout.
Timeout, Hernando.
Hernando as Coach Hernando
right
wants
here.
to know what's going on here, so he's going to try to play better defense off.
Well, they got a minute 30 left, and you never know. Coach Lewis might go to the end zone on a pass play.
Ooh.
I understand, but, you
Jump
know.
ball to Scriven, maybe.
You could. Or you could go to the Wildcat.
Yeah,
And I'm sure Coach Lewis looked at the game film last week from Citrus and Hernando, and Citrus was very effective in the Wildcat.
Yeah.
So he's taking some
I think that's
hints out of that.
The other issue is that, with DeAndre Parker, you'd have a similar running style with Tyreek Scriven, but you have a person that's also can throw the ball. So you could roll him out and have a run pass option. Right
and
now
he
with
can
Scriven,
split the snaps too.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not all on Scriven like it is now, because he's gonna.
I mean, Wardlow's been running really well, but you just don't have that dynamic effect right now with Wardlow in there. So here we go. 1 minute 30 seconds. 14-7 is your score. Hernando leads, and Chris River is driving. This is Wardlow in the pistol. Twin receivers to the near sideline. Ball's on the far side hash mark. Scriven 2 yards behind. Snap. Looks like an option play. Wardlow looking. Toss sweep. Scriven cuts back inside. And he gets. I don't know if he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. He maybe get back to the line of scrimmage or lose a yard. I'm not sure yet. We haven't seen where.
And we got a minute 15 and the clock's running.
Clock's down to 1:12 right now. So they're going to speed up here a little bit and see if they can get another play in.
2nd and 10.
Number 6 is, we're going to try to find out if that's McCullough or White, but I think it is McCullough. His body,
and we saw this last week, Brett, when Citrus would get down ready to score, how the defense toughened up for Hernando. We'll see if they do the same thing this week.
Pistol again was Scriven behind Wardlow. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Snap. Looking, take step drop. Wardlow's looking to pass. He throws across the middle, and it's picked off.
Intercepted.
Intercepted at the 1 yard line. A great interception by number 12. That is Jacob Butts.
He's got a fumble recovery, almost for a touchdown, and now an INT. So,
diving, and he was diving for that.
That was a great job there. It was underthrown. I mean, it was underthrown. That's the only way he was able to get to it, but still a
Might
great
have been
effort.
lucky it was underthrown, or he'd intercept it, and he'd still be running.
Yeah, but I think if he throws it on time and up in the air, his receivers got a chance to get it. That was behind and low. And now if you're Hernando, you've got it at about the 2 yard line, and Chris Rivers only got one timeout, so you're going to be able to get out of here.
And they're so close to the goal line. I guess they got room to take a knee and run the clock.
Quarterback sneak it. You probably, for Chris River, you use that last time out just to make him snap it a couple times and see if something crazy happens. You might as well this close to the goal line.
Wardlow did have time, though, to throw the ball. He just didn't hit it. So here we go. Hernando Leopards, Tufesky under center. Handoff, left side. And that's number 26. He is a bruiser, Izzy Fields. And he just gets all the way out past 15 yards.
And he hits so hard the helmet came off.
Tony Lewis looking at the clock, and he says, we'll just let it run, I think.
And Fields lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field 30 seconds as they run the clock down, 28 and counting. That was a first down. Ball's on the 15-yard line, Hernando. They're going to go in shotgun here. And Tufesky, first time they've not been under center. Two-step drop, looking. A good arm, and he's wide open. And nice play by number 8. Is that number? No, it's number 4 for Christian. That's Darius Orr, who knocks the ball down. A good throw. Tufesky has a great arm on the throw. But just a little underthrown, and he knocks it down for incomplete. 13 seconds with the clock stopped with the incompletion. And we'll get maybe one more play out, maybe 2, depending on what they do.
Yeah, I think probably here you might see him just run it and get to the halftime locker room up 14-7. Remember, Hernando did defer, so they will get the ball to start.
Yeah, they deferred, so they're going to get the ball back anyway.
They come out of the break the huddle. Hernando does. They're going right to left. Going to go shotgun again. One single setback to Husky's right. That's Fields. Blitz coming up the middle. He's taking his 2 steps. Here comes a run. Blitz throws a little screen pass. A nice little call. Looks like it's taken care of. Number 44, that's Johnson. 30, 40, under the 50, and he steps out of bounds. And that's number 4 again, Darius Orr. And he's got 1 second left inside Pirate territory. Knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Crystal River.
Tony Lewis is looking, well, glaring up here in the press box, wondering why it stopped with 1 second left. Did not like the fact that there was 1 second left.
No.
That was a long developing screen pass, but it ends up going for a big yardage. That was David Hale Bronson, number 44, who took it and ran, and was really 1 block away from taking it the whole length of the field, but he goes out of bounds at the Crystal River 42-yard line.
And they're going to take a quick timeout. Beneda is
got to throw it deep.
Got to put it in the end zone.
Hope Tefelsky can get it to the end zone, and that's what you got to do.
Yep, you're going to the end zone. You got 1 second left, and
I was watching some film on them, and they like to run those wheel routes on the outside. And,
yeah, they ran it last week a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and they scored on a couple screens last week too.
Yeah,
that was another one right there. That shows their running backs, and they're also willing to hold their blocks for a while too on that. That was not easy to do, but and give Tefelsky credit, because I mean he was
coming.
Just a second away from being hit, and perhaps that ball fumbles and rolls into the end zone. So he good job to set that up, and it turns into a huge play. And now you've got it at the 43, and there's a chance. I mean, there's still an opportunity for a defensive penalty, or one of your guys to make a catch. And we've said there's some athletes, but I think this is when you're looking at Tyreek Scriven and Xavier Francois. Those are 2 of the bigger defenders for Crystal River. They got to get up there and make sure they get higher than anybody for Hernando on this play.
Center, a bunch formation to the right side. That's going to be a toss sweep to Fields, and he's going to go outside. He's going to look for an opening, and fumble. Ball comes out, and they're going to fumble, but it's going to be knocked down, and that'll be the end of the first half. As a good first half for both teams, to be honest with you. A couple little mistakes on Hernando's side and a couple mistakes on Crystal River's side, but overall good game. 14-7 is your score here at Earl Bramlett Stadium. Hernando Leopards lead, and we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
It's been called a lot of things over the years: a work truck, a hauling truck, a mud and fishing or mall crawling truck, even a styling and profiling truck. But whatever you use it for, we can all agree it's built Ford tough. And that's why it's the best-selling truck in America for the past 40 years. So come take a test drive today at Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Crystal River. Home of the F-150, the F-250 Super Duty, and even the 350. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19, Crystal River.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. Try Dan's homemade soups made from scratch. Chicken noodle, ham and bean, and sirloin vegetable. Homemade spaghetti from scratch with meat sauce, garlic bread, a house or Caesar salad, $7.99. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
As a public service, I'd like to take a moment to give you the ingredients in Mike Scott Plumbing's private label water bottles. Water. H2O. Yep, just clear water. Bottled in Citrus County. Water is the most natural refreshment around, especially when the temp feels like 100 and, well, you know what I mean. Private label water bottles, created for business, charity, or anyone working in this heat. Mike Scott. 314-4443.
CBS Sports 104.3, and I'm Mike Deem along with Brett Knutson and Coach Dave Hamilton here at Earl Bramlett Stadium. 14-7 is your score. Hernando Leopards lead as a game went back and forth, and Crystal River offense really held the ball.
They
controlled
did.
the line of scrimmage, had a couple mistakes, but in reality, is still in this game.
Coach Lewis has got to be pleased with what the team did in the first half. Once again, going both ways, it takes its toll on you. Hernando don't have to do that, but you look at Crystal River and the way it was, Mike, the first time we saw them play this year and had the game on 104.3 against Dunellen. They are a vastly improved team, as we said earlier. I think Coach Lewis has to be pleased that he's still in the game at 14-7. Anything can happen. We know that Hernando won the flip. They deferred. They're going to get the ball in the second half. But I still think that Crystal River is right in this game. They've both made a mistake, and that's been the difference. Hernando capitalized on the fumble, and Crystal River could not.
They fumbled it right back.
And they fumbled it right
after
back.
they were right there.
After they run off 10 minutes on the clock.
I mean, if you look at it, Crystal River, we talked about 4 good drives, 4 drives that were all inside Hernando territory. You had a touchdown on one, but then you had a 4th down pass that was almost picked off that turned the ball over, a fumble which turned the ball over, and then an interception. So while you feel good that it's 14-7, you also realize that you're not going to get a ton of opportunities, and you've got 2 turnovers now that have been costly.
And you have to play mistake-free football, but it is so difficult when you're playing Hernando. They're fresh, and you've got to play mistake-free football. And I'm going to give Coach Lewis a lot of kudos. I think for the most part with who they're playing tonight, yes, they've had a fumble, they've had an interception and so forth, but I think they've played a pretty decent half of football right here.
Yeah, Coach River, I think, has impressed me from game 1, from the Dunlin game to this game, and the way that they're handling themselves and moving the ball. You know, and offensively, the line play is much, much better than what it was against Dunlin. They were getting blown off on Dunlin. They're actually holding their blocks a little bit. I'm also impressed with Coach Bill Venedas, the discipline that this team plays with, from a standpoint of the assignments that they have, playing disciplined defense. But also, like you were saying, Coach Brett, was that the running back who wants the ball every time in his hands, he goes out and makes a nice block to free his teammate. So those are the kind of things that you saying buying in. That's what Coach Bill Vanette has done. You remember Hernando for the last, I would say, 8-9 years has not been that much of a powerhouse. They're starting to become a powerhouse.
No, Coach Vanetta had to change and reestablish the culture, because there was a time when Hernando was turning out great teams and great athletes.
Jerome Bettis.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a bunch, but, obviously new schools in Hernando County and some other things have taken away some of those players, and Coach Vanetta had to reestablish it. And I think he really felt like going into this year, he turned the corner numbers-wise, which is something, I mean, we're on a lot, but, I mean,
it's a big deal, though.
You're playing big boy football in Class 5A. You're in the top half in terms of population in the state, 5A through 8A, and you can't compete with 25 kids.
No,
it's just over the course of 10 weeks, it's not going to happen. And we're talking about competing to win football games, and then if you're talking about competing to try and win playoff games, you got to have a roster in Class 5A football where you don't have anybody going both ways except for that rare occasional stud athlete, that D1 kid who you're going to have at running back and maybe corner and that type of thing. But you need the big guys up front, and that's what Hernando's banking on this season, and we saw it last week against Citrus. It'll be interesting to see if it plays out tonight. Not like they've had a trouble moving the ball offensively, but can they? And I think the interesting part will be, will their defensive front now be able to do a little better job, because Crystal River offensive line running the football has gotten the better of Hernando's defense so far in this game. Will that play out for the next 24 minutes?
Yeah, I agree.
And Hernando's a team, though, that can just keep coming at you, and from all angles. They can go outside, left, right. They can go up the middle. We saw that when it was first and goal from the 22, and they give it to the 26, the tailback, and he ran around the middle. They can come at you from all different directions. I think that the difference in the second half, if you had to put your finger on it, in my opinion, would be the fact that the low numbers of Crystal River and Coach Lewis. And it's going to take its toll on them.
I totally agree with that.
And the dependency on Tyreek Scriven, too.
Yeah, they got that poor kid wore out.
They're going to have to get some more big plays, and, we saw it a couple times, and I think, Jaden Williams is a guy who can break. He's also more effective when you're worried about Tyreek Scriven, too.
Exactly.
And so that they're going to have to continue to mix it up, and they've done a good job with that offense, not just, snapping it to Logan Wardlow every play.
It's interesting. I've been doing this for maybe 7-8 years now, a little longer than that maybe, but on high school football. And you can see the ebb and flow of high school teams. I remember doing it with my buddy Joe Bell back in the day, and Hernando had exactly as many kids on the sideline as Chris River did. A low turnout, and now you see the opposite has happened, whereas Chris River had all those players good years, and actually and actually doing very well with that. And you see what it is that it gives you the opportunity, number one, to play one way and to rest your guys. Attrition doesn't hurt you. Okay, number two is then you got these spot players that you can put in, the slot backs, the guys that can, make the difference on the plays that you don't see. And that's what I think that's missing in Chris River right now. They don't have that nucleus of players that they can slide in.
And they don't have numbers. I mean, and you look on the sideline when the offense or the defense is out there. Number one, it's the same kids, and number two, when you look on the sideline, here stands 8, 10 football players, ready to go in. I'm sure ready to go play the game, but they don't have the depth, and you only get depth when you have numbers, and when you don't have the numbers, it's going to take its toll on you. And I think that's a big tale this year. And this is only Coach Lewis's second year here.
Totally agree.
Let him build the program. Yes, they made the playoffs last year, but let him build this program up. And I think they've had a great middle school program here in Crystal River for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
Let those kids start coming up into here, build up your sideline players, build up your squad, and come out here with 40, 50, 60 kids on the sideline, and now you can make a difference. And I think Tony Lewis will make a difference. I think Coach Lewis has done a great job here.
I totally agree. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and Dennis is going to update you on some scores around the state here for Florida high school football. And you're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports Radio 104.3.
Our model year-end sale is finally here at Love Motorsports. Now is the best time to save as we clear out our entire inventory.
Get on the water this month for less at Love Motorsports, Central Florida's largest power sports dealer. For only $129 down and $129 a month, you get all this. A new 2017 Yamaha V1 Wave Runner, the trailer to pull it with, the life jacket, all the Coast Guard safety equipment, and all the gear you need to hit the water today. All that for just $129 down and $129 a month. Plus, save on new Honda Ranchers, Polaris Rangers, Suzuki Bergmans, Yamaha VX100s, GME 4s, and Club Car XRT 850s, with prices starting at just $44.50. And hurry in for 50% off select riding apparel and accessories, or buy one, get one free specials on select apparel. See all the savings at lovemotorsportsfl.com.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Motorsports. Come and see what Love can do for you.
On approved credit, see dealer for details.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. An Ipswich clam strip basket with fries and slaw, $8.79. A half-fried chicken, 2 sides, garlic bread for $11.79. Try Dan's made from scratch sides. Potato salad, green beans, mashed potatoes with gravy. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
You know, there's different kinds of tanks. There's the American M1 tank, the worldwide T90S tank. But the most feared tank in the world is the full septic tank. Don't call the National Guard if you've got this tank battle on your hands. They can't help. Call Mike Scott Plumbing. For over 30 years, they've dealt with a world of septic tank battles. Details, you don't want them. Mike Scott Plumbing, online and everywhere. 886-314-4443.
Looking for a real truck? Then get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln and test drive the best-selling pickup truck in America 40 straight years. The Ford F-150 and the Super Duty F-250s and 350s are the best-selling trucks in the USA. Get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln if you're looking for a real truck. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19 North, Crystal River, home of the best-selling trucks in America.
All right, let's run down some of those football scores here on this Friday night from around the Central Florida area. Our game of the week, of course, featuring the Hernando Leopards at the Crystal River Pirates Earl Bramlett Stadium. The Panthers, the Leopards, rather, are leading that one 14-7, but it's a close contest, a hard-fought battle indeed. Citrus tonight's second quarter score, 21-0 over Wiki Wachi's Hornets. No score yet on the Lecanto Central game. We've also got a Gainesville Forest contest in the second quarter that's been a real barn burner. I'm kidding about that. 10-7, Forest leading by 3 points. For tonight, behind the Edgewater Eagles, 3-0 in the first quarter. It's Crescent City leading the Villages, rather trailing the Villages by a score of 7-3. That game in the second quarter, the Villages up by 4 points on touchdown. Wildcats of Taylor and Wildcats of Wildwood doing battle in Wildwood tonight. It's a 3-0 ball game in the first period. Taylor on top by a single field goal. Fort White tonight trailing Williston 3-0. A field goal there put the Red Devils up in the second quarter. Trenton, Coach Hamilton, here it is for you. They lead 21-0 over Bronson in the first quarter. The Lake Weir Hurricanes tonight also beating South Lakes Eagles 16-7. First quarter score there. Some of these games getting started a little bit later than ours. Leesburg tonight trailing by 3 touchdowns behind the Vanguard Knights 21-0 just at the end of the first period. Also coming your way, South Lake or Sun Lake is trailing Springstead by a touchdown in the first period, 7-0. It's Bradford 14, Triumph Christians nothing. The Tornadoes whipping up the win tonight and 2-touchdown lead over the Triumph Christians. Umatilla tonight trailing by 4. Interlochen 19-15 is the score in that one. As the Bulldogs suffered a defeat last week, they're trying to come back, but Interlochen giving them all their handful. Stanton leading Swanee by 2 points in the second quarter, 9-7. And it's Dixie County 14-0 in the second quarter over Taylor County. All right, let's go back out to Earl Bramlett Field. Mike Deem, Dave Hamilton, and Brett Knudsen. Guys, how's it going out there?
This was, are we good enough to win the district title and beat Nature Coast? Because they've been close, honestly,
and make a deep
the
run.
last couple of years. They've been the only team that has battled Nature Coast as close for 2 straight years. It's been Crystal River. So I think that was the expectations, and you wonder if some of that might have bled over into, I don't know if overconfidence is the word, but whatever it was, it's obviously a slow start. And I think probably that loss to Citrus at home here on that
really
Saturday night after the hurricane, that probably set them back and took some time for them. But now you really, you're seeing a little bit better football from Crystal River, and like I said, maybe it's got something to do with, that they know who's here, they know who's playing, and you just got to go with what you got.
And I'm sure playing the Denellen game probably to start the year off with on the Crystal River thing. I give Coach Lewis for that for scheduling just to begin with, but I'm sure it was probably a reality check when they had the bus ride coming home. And we called that game, and Crystal River just did not look good. They didn't look organized. They didn't look like they had any confidence. Tonight they look like they've got their act together, and they're a good football squad.
All right, we're going to take a quick break before we get back for the opening second half kickoff here at Earl Bramlett Stadium. Again, your score here at the half, Randall Leopards 14, Crystal River Pirates 7. And we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to CBS Sports Radio 104.3 Friday Night Football.
Our model year-end sale is finally here at Love Chevrolet. Hurry in for our biggest savings on our best selection.
On every new Chevrolet in stock. Now's the time to buy. Hurry in or go to lovechevysales.com and choose from our best selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Not only will you get top dollar for your trade, buy any new Chevy at Love Chevrolet with 0 down or get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular models. Drive a new 2017 Chevy Cruze, just $179 a month. A 2017 Malibu for just $199 a month. Looking for a new truck? Save up to $10,000 on a new Chevy Silverado double cab today. Get model year end pricing on our best selection at Love Chevrolet or lovechevysales.com.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Chevrolet. On Highway 44 in Inverness, come in and see what Love can do for you.
24 months, 10,000 miles per year. Offers on approved credit. 500 due at signing plus tax, title, license, and fees.
You know, there's different kinds of tanks. There's the American M1 tank, the worldwide T90S tank. But the most feared tank in the world is the full septic tank. Don't call the National Guard if you've got this tank battle on your hands. They can't help. Call Mike Scott Plumbing. For over 30 years, they've dealt with a world of septic tank battles. Details, you don't want them. Mike Scott Plumbing. Online and everywhere. 886-314-4443.
Every new Honda is priced to sell now during our model year-end sale at Love Honda.
Clearance pricing has been extended through the end of the month, and Love Honda is making it easier than ever to drive the new Honda you want today. 0 down and $199 a month puts you in a new 2017 Honda Accord LX sedan, plus free maintenance for 3 years. Your new Accord at Love Honda will cost you less than Camry. Unbeatable. 0 down, $199 a month, and free maintenance for 3 years with similar low monthly payments on every new Honda. The model year-end sale is the best time to buy at Love Honda. See all our specials at lovehonda.com. Then hurry in and save.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Honda. On Highway 19 between Homosassa and Crystal River. Come and see what Love can do for you.
36 months, 12,000 miles per year. 0 due at signing plus tax and license and any dealer installed options. On approved credit, see dealer for details.
Hernando deferred, and they will receive the kickoff going forward for the second half. 14-7 is your score at Pirate Field. Crystal River did a good job in the first half of staying in the game and had some mistakes that cost them maybe a couple points. But we'll see what they can do here in the second half as they're going to be on defense when the clock gets started here in a couple of seconds.
Update you real quick. Denellen has jumped out in front of Madison County 7-0 late second quarter of Braylon Edwards' touchdown. So 7-0 the Tigers in front of the Cowboys of Madison County.
Taylor Martin with the squib kick, and it goes over there. It looks like the ball might be loose, and it was actually hit. Squib kick over to the near sideline, and it is recovered by Krista River.
There's a little momentum change right off the bat.
There it is, right there, number 11 for Krista River. Tyler Sandick picked up the ball, laid it on there, and inside Hernando territory at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Krista River offense.
Coach Lewis pulling out all the stops. That's what you got to do when you're trying to spring an upset like this. You're going to have to try to avoid turnovers and throw in a trick play here and there, and that onside kick with the perfect bounce. And it was a lineman trying to field it, Mike, and lots of times that does not work out.
Yeah, it was number 51, Colin Pagels, who's your defensive nose guard on Hernando Lefferts' defense line, and Wardlow going to be in the pistol formation with Scriven behind him. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball's going left to right on your radio. Inside motion, that's going to be given to McCullough, who's going to go far sideline. Cuts back inside. He's got room to run on the outside. Gets all the way up close past inside the 40-yard line. Down at the 37-yard line.
Good 8-yard gain there.
2nd and 2 now they're calling it. So good first down play for the Pirates as they get outside on the edge on the far sideline.
They've had a lot of very good first down plays, and that's what's helped them move the football. As we said, 4 good drives, even though this one did start inside Hernando territory. It's now the 5th drive where they've crossed into Hernando territory. So they've done a good job of field position in this game.
Scriven in the Wildcat with Wardlow to his right. Twin receivers to the near sideline. McCullough's going to back up in the slot, coming across the face, looking for blocking. He's going to cut to the left, and he was going to go to the right, but he cuts to the left side, go to the far sideline, gets the first down, and that's Scriven again doing misdirection and getting the first down inside the 35-yard line. Call it the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Good misdirection play right there.
He's good.
You could kind of see Hernando coming this way.
Foot and goes the opposite way. He's doing a really good job of that.
Just getting started here in the 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us, we're also live streaming on YouTube. You can go to CBS Sports 104.3 and watch the game live here. Handoff. Jet sweep to the right-hand side. He cuts it back inside. That's the slot back coming across the face of Wardlow. It's number 20, Jaden Williams. Gain of about 3, brings up 2nd and 7. Ball's on the... So
again, this is another opportunity for Krista River, and we said after 1 touchdown, they've had a couple of turnovers inside the red zone and turnover on downs on a 4th down. So you think they've got to convert.
Wildcat for Scriven. Wardlow to his right, stacked on the right side. He's going to go right, and he's tripped up. He had an opening, and real quick cut down by Bronson Tefesky.
Probably a no gain on that.
And back to the original line. Back to the line of scrimmage to be 3rd and 7.
I'm going to guess that's the quarterback's twin brother, both juniors, Bronson and Boston. Tefelsky, this is the one who doesn't throw the ball as much, but a nice tackle.
Yeah, outside defensive back on a kind of slant on a stunt coming inside. 9:19 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Just getting started. Score still stays the same. 14-7 was your first half score. It is your second half score. Pistol formation now with Wardlow, Scriven behind him. Twin receivers tight on this side. Motion across the face. Fake. Going to throw a little bubble screen and throws a flare pass. Nice little turnaround. That was a great little play, but it only gained about 4 yards. He's short of the first down.
Good job there, though, by Wardlow, kind of go through his progression, because I think he wanted to give it to Scriven out wide, and then he got the, looked like the back, or maybe it was the tight end who went out into the flat and caught him, and that, probably would have been, 5-yard loss if he would have thrown it to Scriven. Instead, they pick up a couple. Now 4th and, what, about 2, Mike?
Yeah, 4th and 2 at the 25 of Hernando.
And you'll probably see Scrivens here with the ball on a sweep, maybe.
Scriven's in, as is Jaden Williams now. Scriven is in the Wildcat. Direct snap, he's going to look. Place that, but he jumped over, and when he went airborne, there's no way he can get any yardage, and they knock him back for a loss. It'll be a turnover on downs. Hernando will take over.
He took a hit there, and it's slow getting up.
Yeah, that was a big hit. Looked like it was I think it was Gino Booker, number 8, who came in and got him with the big hit right there, put it right in the middle of his chest. And It's one thing, you go up in the air like that, you better hope you're going through a space, because if not, someone's going to put a helmet on you, and that's exactly what happened. And now you add two fourth downs missed inside the 30, an interception at the goal line, and a fumble.
Topesky's under center now. It's going to be motion. Inside handoff to Fields, and he got shot to the left guard. It's a dive play, and he just pounds his way. He is a hard run. And they're saying there's a turnover, but
we'll see. No,
they're saying it's down
the
on
near side official, and he had the Christopher coaches in his ear. They thought that was a fumble. The recovery.
That's a first
Boy,
down.
that kid can run, though.
Yep, number
Keeps
26.
the legs churning. I mean, you want to talk about what it means running through contact and trying to break tackles. That's what he does. He runs hard.
He's 5'9", 185, so he's a short guy, but he's also stout. You can see the thighs on him, and that's what keeps on moving.
Yeah, it looks like 160 of that 185 is below the waist.
Yeah, he can.
So 1st and 10 for Hernando as they're moving right to left on your radio. Ball's on the inside hash mark, near side hash mark, as Topesky goes under center. One singer, motion behind, inside hand up. We've got a flag. It's going to draw dead, and that's going to be on Hernando.
False start.
We'll move it back. 7:48 as the clock stops here in the third quarter.
Again, a big drive, I think, for the Crystal River defense, because your offense is, I don't know if they're losing confidence, but they're starting to feel a little disappointed, I think, because we've mentioned that they've moved the football, but now you're talking about essentially 4 turnovers. I mean, 2 come on 4th down plays, and then interception and fumble.
And they're moving the ball.
4
Brett.
turnovers, but
you're right. The confidence level. They get to the 20, and then it's just like they throw on the brakes.
You only get so many of those chances.
Yep.
You're going to have to make good on them.
Topelsky understands. Motion going to be back behind him. That is number 6. That's Fields. He's going to cut inside, and he's got some room. He's going to be a 45. Out to the 50, cuts back inside, reverses Field, goes back to the 40, and finally gets pushed back. He goes backwards. But he's inside Crystal River territory, stopped at the 43-yard line of Crystal River, 1st and 10 for Hernando.
I know they don't have the 70, 80-yard plays like we've seen from Nature Coast the last couple of years, but they run the football. I like them too. I mean, there are big gains. I mean, 10-plus yards quite frequently. And, that takes a lot out of a defense when they're just saying, we're going to line up and run the football at you and run it at you and run it at you.
That veer formation is quite predicated on this. An inside hand up again. It's going to be Fields, who just dances around and just keeps his legs moving. Just unbelievable foot movement with him. And he gets the 1st down.
Hard running. They got speed. And like we said, Coach Veneta thinks they've got 5-6 guys they can rotate through. I mean, I know most of it has been Fields that we've seen. He's run the ball extremely hard. But, they've got guys they can put in there all night long. And they have confidence, obviously, up front. A lot of these runs, Mike, you're seeing them break through the defensive front, and they're gaining, 3-4 yards before they're touched. Now, then they're breaking tackles, too, on top of it. But
and getting
the
another
boys
3 or
up
4.
front.
They're going through the A gap, and then that's easy. Then they're going to make the plays on the end. Okay, inside handoff again. That's Fields, and he goes again on the tackle side, left side. He stopped really well by Chris River there as for a short gain, so it's going to bring up 2nd, and we'll call it 8. Ball's just outside the 30-yard line. 6:24 left in the third quarter. Now it's Hernando chewing up a lot of the clock.
And I think Coach Veneta realizes that, and you're going to see him just pound the football. They probably feel like we put up another score here and go up 21-7. We're in a very good position to be able to win this football game. It's kind of the same process we saw last Friday night.
Yeah.
Topesky under center, motion across the right side, toss sweep to the outside. That's Fields. He cuts back inside.
Good pursuit.
Chris River had it played very well. Number 11, Tyler Sandek, forced him inside, and they made a good play on it. So Chris River holds them there. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Big key down here, Mike, for Crystal River's defense. About a 3rd and 7 to go, and can you hold them in this situation?
And probably you would think, maybe 4 down territory. They go for it here. They have confidence in their offensive line.
And we got a water break.
All right, so 5:40 left as we kick quick timeout. 14-7 is your score here at Earl Bennett Stadium. Chris River is behind by 7 points. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to CBS Sports Radio 104.3.
Summer is ending. School has started, and the summer sales event is still going on at Nick Nicholas Ford. 0% financing for up to 72 months with $1,000 trade assistance. Huge rebates, up to $8,000 with additional Nick Nicholas savings. Visit online at nicknicholasford.com or come in and explore the great leasing options, lower payments, and less risk. And as always, this is Ford Country. Nick Nicholas Ford, Highway 44, Inverness.
We are back. Friday Night Lights here on CBS Sports 104.3. Appreciate you tuning in. You can also tune in, hear us, and you can tune in and see us on YouTube, CBS Sports 104.3, live streaming this game right now. So you can see it, and also you can watch it at your leisure tomorrow if you want
Big third down play here, Mike.
Tefesky under center. He's looking over and getting a change of plays as they reckon the veer with Fields behind him. Single setback. Snap. Inside handoff to Fields. He's running up the middle, goes up the side, and gets close to the first down, but they hold him short. It'll be 4th, and we'll call it 2. 4th and 2, and they're going to just line up and do it again.
Yeah,
not even huddling up and just calling the play.
I think he had made it up beforehand. Obviously, if you're going to run it on that play, you think you're going for it if you have to on 4th down. And this is just confidence in not only your big boys up front, but also your running backs and quarterbacks being able to gain the yards. This could be a big play.
You got Johnson.
Oh, it was almost a jump.
And you got Johnson in the backfield now with Fields and the 2 backs behind Tefesky. Clock running down. Snap. Handoff. Lead blocker is Johnson, and Fields takes it up the middle. He is close.
He's got it.
Looks like
he's
got
the
it.
first down.
They do have it. As he battles the last gasp effort, gets it. It'll be 1st and 10, just on the 21-yard line for Hernando inside Chris River territory. So no huddle here again for Hernando.
Good hard running.
They're getting the signals in from the sideline. Coach Faneda calling them there, not even having to worry about a huddle.
And they're into the 4.5-minute mark, Mike, in the third quarter. So this isn't really helping Crystal River's cause if they can burn some more clock and go in and score.
And it's all runs.
It's all runs.
Twin backs behind. Tefesky again, handoff, dive play as Fields gets wrapped up. Short gain or no gain, they're going to say it's 1 yard. Give it to the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. 4 minutes now and counting left in the third quarter. Score still 14-7 here. Hernando. Good drive here by Hernando. Started all the way back on their 25-yard line.
And it appears it's just going to be a 2-possession quarter.
Again, Tefesky's under center, and he looks over, and they're changing the plays. 2 backs behind Tefesky. That's going to be a right side. Bronson takes it and goes to the right side. It looks like he's close to the first down. David Hale Bronson, the junior, 5'8", 165, fake the dive, and then takes it out to the right side, gets the edge. And they're close to the first down. They're saying that it's 3rd and short. Maybe
3rd and about a yard, so they're going to be in 2-down territory again.
Yeah, so they'll just keep it here and run the ball down. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. So you're right, Coach. It's going to be a 2-possession quarter.
Yeah.
And really for his third quarter last week, it was 2 possessions.
And for as good as Chris River played, I mean, they've got to come back if Hernando does push it across the line. They've got to come back and get 2 scores.
Look at that run.
Look at this run by Fields. He cut off the left side and was hit immediately by Chris River at the line of scrimmage, and just kept his legs turning, spins out, and goes all the way down in 1st and goal, gets the first down. And you'll say the right ball is right at the 5-yard line. So good run by Isaac Fields.
He runs hard.
Izzy Fields. There's
Izzy
2 Izzy and Isaac.
Yes. 2 Fields, a couple Tefeskys.
And a Bronson.
It's kind of a family affair.
Yeah.
And a Venata.
Two Venetas, coach and son.
Snap. It's going to be Isaac Fields again, who's going to go right side off tackle, but he's stopped pretty good. Stopped short. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2:40 left in the third quarter.
I think Coach Veneta here on one of these plays coming up, if they don't score on this one, you might see a sweep. Yeah. They haven't run a sweep here in their last 20, 25 yards.
Well,
When they
this
run
we've
that
seen him a
motion.
couple times with, sometimes it's number 8 Booker, who they
Yeah.
bring around, little jet sweep sometimes.
Or they bring the brother Fields,
Yeah.
Isaac Fields on a jet sweep on the outside. But they've got 2 backs in. Now this is the veer look here that Browns come up front, not in the backfield. And you've got 1 single setback. No motion so far. Handoff inside.
Hard
and that
power
is
running.
Fields, and he just puts his head down. And it's touchdown, 6 points for Izzy Fields.
Yeah,
2 scores tonight.
Backbreaker right there
Yeah.
is you stop them on 4th down with your defense and then take it the length of the field.
2 minutes to go in the third, so it's really
And
over.
Now you're going to start seeing hands on hip
Yep.
from Chris River because they're just going to be worn out after that drive. That just takes its toll on you.
It does. It does.
That's some big boys up front. They got Luther Miller, 5'8", 230. Dorian Holland, 230.
Every time those boys lay on you a few plays.
Colin Roberts, 6'11", 233. I think that's wrong. I think that's 6'1". But number 41, Luke Ambrosio puts another point after attempt in there. 21-7 is your score right now. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. With that, we're going to take a quick break as we get ready for the kickoff. Right back after these messages. You're listening to Friday Night Football here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back. More. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
2 minutes left in the third quarter here on Friday Night Football. 21-7 is the score as Fernando just put 6 more points on the board as number 41 kicks a little pooch. It's going to go out of bounds, and there'll be a flag right there. So he kicks one out of bounds. That's the first one that's gone out of bounds. That's Ambrosia. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Chris River. So 2 minutes left. Fernando could have put a dagger in there.
Yeah,
behind by 2 scores, and that's going to be tough for Chris River as they're kind of worn out right now. The big boys in the front were pushing them all the way down to the field, so it's going to be an interesting see if they could come back here and score. This is a very crucial set of downs for Chris River.
This is very important, yeah.
You're a die-hard Rays fan or just a degenerate gambler. We'll give you they're at 3-0 right now, if you must know.
Yeah.
But they're winning.
Go Rays.
Wildcat now formation as Scriven gets a direct snap. He's got some wide open space on the right, but a good play by number 11, Dalton Peters, who comes up from linebacker position and makes a play for no gain. Scriven actually loses 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 12.
And I don't think you would have saw that in the first half, Mike. I think he's getting tired.
Yeah, you can see that he wasn't able to plant his foot and get around that edge.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many carries Scriven has. We'll have to see if.
And he's recovered a fumble on defense.
Yeah, he's playing a lot on defense.
You know, he's made some key tackles on defense. It's just got to take its toll on him.
Wildcat formation again. Wardlow to Scriven's left. Ball's going to go left and right. And it's going to be, no, it's fumbled. It looked like it was going to hand it off. And it got hit at the time of handoff.
River looked like they got on it.
No, they're saying that it's
no. The referee's saying, I see you have the ball, but I told you Krista Rivers' ball.
It's down by contact or down by the ground causing it. So it's 3rd down. They lost 3 yards on that, so it's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line.
You had Rodney Owens pleading his case that he recovered the fumble, number 55, but to no avail.
It's funny, you look at number 15 up there on the line for that's Javon Dorsey. He's not that big, 5'9", 180, but he is fast into the gaps.
Oh, yes.
Pistol formation now, Wardlow. Blitz looks like it's coming in the middle. And Fernando pushes it through. A little flare out to number 6. Good pass. Gets a couple yards. Back to maybe the little original line of scrimmage. That's 6, McCullough. So it brings up 4th, and we'll call it 9 3/4.
And this will be the first punt of the game if Christopher punts.
And it looks like they are punting. Number 21's back there for duty, Travis Hood. He's the punter. I don't know if they're going to get this off in the third quarter, down 2 seconds. And nobody's back for Hernando, and that is the end of the third quarter. As we get ready to switch sides here, 21-7 is your score. Hernando leads. Pace is slowing down a little bit, but we're not slowing down at all. We're here Friday Night Football. It's a great time. Thank you for listening here at CBS Sports 104 Friday Night Football.
Looking for a real truck? Then get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln and test drive the best F-50s and F-350s are the best-selling trucks in the USA. Get over to Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln if you're looking for a real truck. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19 North, Crystal River, home of the best-selling trucks in America.
Welcome to the fourth quarter here at Friday Night Football from Earl Bramlett Stadium here in Crystal River. Pirates down by 2 scores as they try to get something back on the board here in the start of the fourth quarter.
Real question here, Mike, I think, for defense-wise for Crystal River. They've got to hold Hernando here. They got to get a turnover somehow just to get the ball back quickly. They can't let Hernando run 6-8 minutes off the clock.
There's a punt. It's a low line drive, goes out the far sideline, bounces out of bounds. Maybe around the 40-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Hernando. This would be the second possession of Hernando in the half.
Yes.
And they would be happy if this was their last possession of the game, too. I mean, they'd run 8 minutes off, they would be thrilled.
Well, I think that's the key, though, Brett. I think Chris River's got to come up with a big turnover here within the first minute or two.
Yeah,
and go down and do something with it and try to get on the board to make it a game. If they allow Hernando to take these, well, let's just call it 60 yards and just march down the field at their leisure and burn 5-6 minutes off the clock, then it's going to be a big hill for them to climb.
Non-district game tonight over in Lake Wales. The Highlanders of Lake Wales and Nature Coast both tied at 8-8.
Izzy Fields just pounding his way all the way past the 50-yard line, all the way down to Crystal River, 39-yard line, and just a fantastic run. He continues to make great plays, great runs on the inside through the A and B gaps, and really kind of a powerful runner. You can see him looking at it. So first down, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Crystal River. We're going to bunch formation to the right side. Inside handoff. No, Tavessa's going to keep it on the quarterback keepers down to the 35, 30, 25, 20. He got some speed. He's going to hit the corner. Touchdown. 45 yards on the quarterback keeper to the near sideline. That's number 10, Boston Tefesky.
He's had a good couple of games the last 2 weeks. Obviously engineering the offense, but obviously throwing the football last week and doing a good job on that one. And again, it's just they're taking toll. I mean, offensively, that line and this bruising rushing attack that they have, and all the running backs they can throw at you, they just have worn Crystal River out. And it was evident again. I mean, we saw it last week against Citrus, a long drive to start the third quarter, and same thing here. Their first possession of the third quarter gobbles up, almost 7 minutes. Ends up in a touchdown, and they tack on another one to go up 28-7 now, Mike.
So 2 plays. So 2 plays or 3 plays on
3
that?
plays.
3 plays for Hernando, and 6
And they went
points.
60 yards in 3 plays.
So 11-19 left in this ball game. 28-7 is your score here. Hernando has a comfortable lead, and Crystal River's got to try to salvage something out of this and see if they can get some.
Do you think Coach
positives.
Lewis will go to the air any?
That's a good question. I don't know if they, expecting it. I don't know if they want to, but then again, if you're Tyreek Scriven, maybe you want him to go to the air a little bit to give him a little rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another tough one for the Pirates because you feel like, you were in it at halftime, you were in it to start the third quarter, and then can't convert on a 4th down. Hernando marches down the field to extend that lead, and now Crystal River, and we talked about it. I mean, even though you moved the football like they did in the first half, and they've had 4 possessions where they could have scored and came up empty.
The squib kick up the middle, and it's recovered there by number 10, I believe. That's number, I'm sorry, can't read the numbers. And we got some extracurricular activity
5,
here.
6. Yeah, there's more flags than officials.
Yeah. One official through 2, I think.
Yeah, probably some unsportsmanlike conduct out there in the
sure.
middle of the field.
It'll be on both players, so therefore the ball will stay where it is. 1st and 10, Crystal River.
Some numbers there. I don't know who they are. Number 9 for Crystal River. I can't tell who that is. And if you got a number 9 on yours.
And that's just a lot of frustration on the Crystal River part.
Manning Hampton. So they're going to call it both ways. I'm not sure. Coach Tony Lewis is out in the middle of the field there. Just getting started here in this 4th quarter. So a little unraveling on the discipline side on the kickoff, and that's some young players on the kickoff return teams and the kickoff team, so it's probably what's happening there. Number 7 also for Crystal River, Calvin LaCorn. So 1st and 10, and moves the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. Referees are still discussing.
Talking about it.
I don't know what they're talking about because they've already moved the ball back and set it down.
But that certainly doesn't look like offsetting.
No. Maybe they're just making sure each one of them's got a flag.
There was enough of they all didn't pick them up.
Yeah.
Or they were talking about where they're eating after the game.
You know, that was probably it. They're probably going to go to Beef O'Brady's.
So 1st and 10 for Crystal River here. First offensive possession in the 4th quarter. Wardlow, Scriven behind him in the pistol. Ball's on the far sideline, inside handoff. That's going to be McCullough. He's going to come to the near sideline, cuts back inside, and is pulled down right there. Good tackle by Hernando.
Thanks to Dennis updating us real quick. 7 Rivers has a 16-0 lead in the 1st quarter. 7 Rivers ahead of Jordan Christian Prep. As I mentioned, Nature Coast and Lake Wales. Last report tied at 8.
It was number 3 for Hernando. Noah Batten on the tackle. Gain of about 1. Brings up 2nd and 9. We got the Wildcat with Scriven and Wardlow. Wardlow to his right. Motion. Williams across the face. Going to be faked, and it's going to be taken by Scriven. Scriven loses 1 tackler, cuts back, and gains of about 4 yards. Bring up 3rd, and we'll call it 3rd and 5 for Crystal River. 10-15 left in the ball game as Scriven comes over to the sideline.